Navigating conversations with a narcissist can often feel like treading on unstable ground. Their incessant need for dominance and control drives them to engage in damaging and extreme behaviors. But what if we could shift the dynamic, placing them on the defensive for once? This film aims to unveil strategies to instill fear in a narcissist. Greetings, dear viewers, and a warm welcome to our broadcast. To our new arrivals, we extend a heartfelt invitation to introduce yourselves in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the bell icon and subscribe for the latest updates on our content. Now, let's delve into methods to curb the controlling tendencies of a destructive narcissist. It's imperative to recognize that individuals exhibiting traits of damaging narcissism often conceal their true selves behind a facade of strength. Beneath their outward bravado lies a core of vulnerability, fear, and profound insecurity, a manifestation of entrenched shame, regardless of the extent of their destructive behaviors. When you understand this, it's clear that their biggest fear is being found out as a narcissist. One good way to make a harmful narcissist anxious is to look for contradictions in their stories and show proof that they are lying. Even if they don't immediately accept or recognize your revelations, shedding light on their lies and dropping hints about what they really are is a surefire way to make them afraid. It can be scary and uncomfortable to have a conversation with a damaging ego. Their strong need for control, especially over how other people see them, is the most important thing. It has already been said that the thought of being found out makes damaging narcissists more scared than anything else. These worries come from the fact that they can't control how other people see them. When narcissists feel like they can't control how other people see them, they feel very uncomfortable. Their fear goes beyond the thought of being seen negatively. It also includes the thought of losing the power and control they work so hard to keep. People who are destructively selfish find it very upsetting to think that they can't control how other people see them. Showing real self-confidence and personal control is a powerful way to make a narcissist even more uncomfortable. This means having a strong sense of self that comes from being true to yourself and always believing in your own worth. These traits make it very hard for a narcissist to control or manipulate someone. It is impossible for them to change how you see yourself, how you see other people, or most importantly, how you see them. A damaging narcissist faces an even bigger problem when they meet someone who exudes personal power, self-confidence, and unwavering self-esteem. This is because they are afraid of being exposed. These feelings come from having a lot of self-esteem and control over your life, which makes selfish people less afraid of losing what they have. People who are genuinely confident don't worry about being left alone, unlike narcissists, because they are committed to protecting themselves at all costs. This constant confidence makes the narcissist panic because it makes them afraid of being left alone. It's important to hit a narcissist where it hurts the most, their power and self-esteem. Being sure of your own worth and refusing to give in to trickery makes them feel less powerful and makes them afraid. They also feel very vulnerable and afraid when they show their real selves to others without the carefully constructed facade. This changes the power dynamics in a fundamental way. One more good way to get a narcissist to act out is to learn how to stay calm. Keeping your cool, especially in situations that are meant to make you feel uncomfortable, stops them from manipulating you. Responding to their provocations with short affirmations like, "I see," or "fine," and then remaining silent sends a strong message. "I hear you, but I refuse to engage." Accepting the silence that follows with confidence makes you stronger and shows them that their efforts to provoke, scare, or threaten you are pointless. Destructive narcissists are also spooked when you act like you're not interested or sure of something. This creates doubt and unease. Setting up and sticking to a no-contact rule is another powerful way to make them upset, especially if they start hoovering to regain control and pull you back into their web of abuse. People who are bad at getting what they want often use hoovering to get their victims back in a relationship by giving them lots of love, promises of a better future, and vows of undying love. But this phase of idealization quickly turns into devaluation and then ditching. It's bad for your mental health to be stuck in this loop. A strong message is sent to the narcissist when you set a strict no-contact strategy and stick to it. It lets them know that their attempts to get back in touch and continue the abusive loop will not work. By cutting off all contact, turning down middlemen, also called minions or flying monkeys, and clearly closing the door, you show that you are independent and don't want them there. This firm action tells the narcissist that they are not important in your life, that you find them boring or uninteresting, and that they do not deserve your time, energy, or attention. When the narcissist faces this wall of disinterest and detachment, they feel confused and scared, and they struggle with a sense of helplessness and less importance, which is new ground for someone who is used to being the center of attention. When normal strategies don't work, narcissists are put in a tough situation they're not ready for. They feel very afraid and like they have lost control when they realize they no longer have any power or influence over you. Even though everyone knows they should stay away from narcissists, not everyone can cut all ties with them right away. Situations are very different. Some people may not be able to fully disconnect because they have to focus on work or family, while others may not be mentally ready to make that big decision yet. In these situations, using the gray rock method becomes a good choice. The main idea behind this strategy is to make yourself as boring and uninteresting to the ego as possible, like a boring gray rock that doesn't feel anything. The gray rock method tries to change the balance of power by limiting your interactions with the narcissist and not giving them the narcissistic feed they need. This puts you in charge of the exchange. In the event that the gray rock method is not feasible, setting clear and unequivocal limits is another effective way to unnerve a narcissist. By setting imaginary lines around what is and isn't okay to do and say, boundaries protect our health and honesty. They tell other people how they should treat us and spell out what is and isn't okay. Finding your way around narcissism by learning how to set and stick to limits is a lot like reclaiming your independence and self-worth. Setting boundaries means being clear about your limits and being able to say them with confidence. It's very important to know your rights and be sure that you can say no or thank you and stand by your choice. People who are narcissists can find this show of confidence very unsettling. No matter where they are on the narcissistic scale, narcissists are used to breaking the rules and using other people to get what they want. When a narcissist is around someone who sets limits and then sticks to them, their usual strategies don't work. Narcissists are very upset when they come across a firm limit. It makes them feel like they don't have control and threatens their power. People who get pleasure from taking advantage of and controlling others feel very uncomfortable when they run into resistance they can't beat. When they realize they can't force, threaten, or trick you into doing what they want, it can make them feel less powerful and even cause a psychological crisis. Setting healthy limits with difficult people in our lives is an important skill that should be taught from a young age. However, a lot of us haven't had enough training in this area. Even so, it is still an important tool for promoting happiness, health, and fulfillment in life. When working with a destructive narcissist, it's important to learn how to say no without hesitating or second-guessing. If you think someone might have harmful, selfish traits, it's even more important to set limits. Saying no strongly can be a good way to set limits and reveal hidden truths. The way people respond to your boundaries can teach you a lot. When you set limits, narcissists often back away because it makes them question their power and control over you. But getting through this process takes skill. Setting limits is important, but don't hurt their feelings too much, as that could make them angry. You want to show that you won't be used or lied to while keeping a neutral body language. It's a way of saying that the relationship has to be fair and that anyone who tries to take away your freedom will be punished. Most importantly, you need to make sure you're emotionally strong before starting this project. To set limits with a narcissist or anyone else who is manipulative, you need to have inner power and fortitude. It's important to be ready for possible backlash or attempts to weaken your determination. Narcissists may get very angry when they are told they need to set limits because it makes them question their power and control. Keeping your emotional and mental strength up is important if you want to stand firm and not give in to attempts to change your decision. Setting limits with a narcissist not only keeps you safe, but also stands up for your right to a healthy, respectful relationship based on self-respect. It shows that you put yourself first and won't put up with behavior that puts your health at risk. This way of thinking can be hard to keep up, but it's necessary all the time, especially when working with a narcissist. These people often use bullying to hide their real weaknesses, which come from deep-seated fears, insecurities, feelings of frailty, and shame. Not only are they mean, but they also hold a lot of anger and hatred inside and often let it out in a very angry way. This kind of behavior shows that they will fight back hard if you disagree with them or question their power. Their fragile sense of self-worth can't handle disagreement or criticism without getting angry. So, it's important to be ready for how a narcissist will behave when you set limits or stand up for yourself around them. You can stay firm in your decisions and protect your health during the chaos if you mentally and emotionally get ready for their angry responses. As we come to an end, I hope that our conversation today has given you some good ideas and thoughts. Please share your thoughts if this topic struck a chord with you or gave you a new way to look at things. Also, if you thought this content was helpful, you might want to leave a review summarizing the main points and sharing it with other people who might find it useful. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. This will keep you up to date on similar material. We really value your participation and help. Thanks for watching. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care until next time, and goodbye for now.